The incident I am about to narrate happened with me a year ago. It was during my school's final exams, and I was preparing diligently. Normally, our school library closed at 5, but due to the approaching exams, the school decided to keep it open until 11:00 p.m. This allowed students like me, whose homes were not far from school, to prefer studying in the peaceful environment of the library rather than at home. On that particular day, I arrived at the library around 6 p.m. and immersed myself in my studies. Time passed quickly, and before I knew it, it was 10 p.m. I had never stayed in the library that late before. Most students had left by then, and it was eerily silent. I decided to wrap up quickly and head home. As I hurried towards the library's exit, I heard footsteps outside in a peculiar manner. I immediately picked up my books and swiftly left the library. There's a long corridor outside our school library that leads to the main door of the school. As I walked through the corridor and turned right, I saw a woman standing there. "You scared me," I exclaimed nervously. As I moved closer, I felt an unusual comfort. I nervously asked, "Who's there?" Within seconds, she disappeared from there. I took a deep breath and exited the school's main door. I couldn't concentrate properly due to fatigue and hunger, but I noticed that the street was completely empty, which was quite unusual. I glanced down at the ground, planning my route home, when suddenly I noticed a growing shadow on the ground. Although at that time I couldn't understand anything. Yes or no. When I looked up, I saw a woman walking in front of me. I felt weird talking to her on the phone. It felt like she was a laborer and was walking very hard. I was walking so slowly that I got closer to her in a while. So close that I could clearly see her in front of me. She was wearing dirty clothes and seemed to have her hands and feet turned and her clothes scattered all over the place. I found it so weird that I ended up there. She stopped right there. I felt that I was telling her again and again that I did not want to go to the farmhouse and that I wasn't a match to cross her. AJ to she was the one. As my body was completely frozen at the time, neither could I hear any voice from my mouth, nor could I move from my place. I understood that I could not answer his question. I pointed with my finger, indicating that I wanted her to leave there, and she was struggling to walk there. She seemed to be walking, and she went in the direction I had indicated. It was so dark that I could not see any other strange woman in front of me. So I started moving towards your house and started moving towards your house. At that time, I was not thinking of anything other than that I could see the road in front of me. I noticed that there was no car or person on the road where I could get help. And then, at that moment, I heard the voice of a woman screaming in the dark that this is right. Ajay too. After that, I do not remember anything. When I came to consciousness, I found my navel on the road, unconscious, and they brought me home. I found out from our new house. He was ahead in 1998 and named a 132-years-old woman living in an apartment building with his daughter. She loved her daughter very much and was only 9 years old. She is Eden, who was studying in that school. A hand suddenly died in the school while playing, and this fear could not bear the death of his daughter. He died in this world in suspicion. After that incident, she kept looking for her daughter in the middle school and around Aishwarya. His restless soul is still wandering to meet his daughter